Well, we're here outside Apple, downtown Portland, Oregon. It's the hashtag Don't Break Our Phones. I'm One Lone Lens. I'm streaming on ustream.tv/channel/One Lone Lens. This is just to let Apple know that we don't want them to encrypt, to give the FBI the encryption. So here we are, and it's going to start shortly.
Don't break our phones! Don't break our phones! Don't break our phones! Don't break our phones!
People asked why activists and protesters came out to the Apple store today to talk about securing our privacy on our cell phones and our emails. Why would they ask us that in the state of Oregon when we know that the Department of Justice, our law enforcement agency, has already violated the trust of the people by illegally investigating us for protesting? We don't need it to go any further. We're already in problematic situations with the FBI, the CIA, and the Department of Justice. And anybody that's fought for their civil rights and their human rights knows that for a fact. Don't break our phones. It's our last opportunity to fight against these systems that hold us as slaves in our environment. If our only profession is to organize and to engage and to educate and to fight back, if you take away our privacy, we can't do that. And they know that. They might tell us that this is for one situation, but we all know that once precedent is made, that means there's a situation that they can go to so they can conclude a new way to add a new situation to stop you from protesting and from organizing and from having discussions. Protesters, activists, and anyone in this country that has the right to organize and use their constitutional rights should not have to worry about the FBI invading that free speech at all. We have people here from different organizations that want to speak about the same issue. Privacy should be our only right. That should be our right. That should be the one that we can use to fight back. You're trying to take that from us. We won't allow it.
Here to defend our right to assemble and redress grievances before our government. We know that they will use the excuse of fighting terrorism to fight their political opponents. We've seen it in the past, the 60s and 70s with the COINTELPRO program. We're seeing it today with the Black Lives Matter movement being infiltrated. And we're seeing it now. We're seeing it with the Occupy movement. We see it now using trying to get Apple to allow the FBI and the National Security State into our telephone. We know in the 50s now movement we've been disruptive, that we protested, that we caused civil disobedience, various places of power, and we know that the powers that be would like to get into our phones. We have to secure our phones to save lives. We don't want them to break our phones. We need to protect political speech in this country. Don't break our phones. Don't break our phones.
if they believe in free speech, if they believe in a Constitution that we're still trying to figure out how it works for all of us, do not let this happen. Do not let this happen. Do not allow the FBI to have regular rustling into our lives. When we stand up and fight back, we should not find ourselves under attack. When we stand up and fight back, we should not find ourselves under attack. When we stand up and fight back, we should not find ourselves under attack. But once again, I'm going to say, in Oregon, not only the FBI, but the Department of Justice has illegally investigated protesters and activists for free speech. This is one more level of invasion. This is one more level of invasion. We cannot allow it. My fight for Black lives might not be your fight. Our fight for 15 now might not be your fight. The fight for driver's cars might not be your fight. But if you don't stand up right now, you will not have the right to fight. You will not have the courtesy of respect and privacy. It will be gone. President means that it happens. President means that it also has to end. Do not let them secure this opportunity to violate your free speech. Don't do it. Don't let them do it. Free speech is not a crime. 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 Free speech is not a crime.
Nothing on your Twitter. Takes my Twitter long.
So, we all live in this country, the United States of America, and we all like to tell ourselves that we're free, that we have liberty, that this is a country of justice. But where's justice in a government that gets in your phone and looks at the messages that you send to your friends and family, at the messages that you send to the people that you're organizing with? When you go out to exercise your First Amendment rights, and you have to constantly look over your shoulder, protect your phone and your emails, because you know that the government has back doors. They're wide open about it. They're not trying to hide this. Everybody knows it, and they don't care. They say terrorism. Who here's a terrorist? There's no terrorists here. We're just people who are trying to do the right thing. Right? We're trying to fight for what we believe is right. And the government's spying on us. You think you live in a free country? That's not freedom, and that's not liberty. We all need to wake up and think about this. Think about what's happening. Think about what our government's doing. Before it's too late. If it's not already too late. It's time to fight back. It's time for us to take a stand and let our government know that we are not going to put up with having our privacy invaded, having our lives invaded, just for standing up for what we believe in. There's no excuses for this. This country was founded on civil disobedience. You think the Tea Party, the Boston Tea Party, was legal? No, it wasn't. You think the American Revolution was legal? You think that the British government had power? All right. Revolution, yeah. Hell no. This country was founded on civil disobedience, and now it's doing everything that it can to stop people from standing up against runaway government intrusion, and it's got to stop.
Yeah.
Don't break our phone! Don't break our phone!
Don't break our phone!
Don't break our phone!
Don't break our phone!
Don't break our phone!
Don't break our phone!
15 now!
15 now!
15 now!
15 now!
No more government spying!
No more government spying!
No more government spying!
No more government spying! All right. We can talk about it's February and we know it's Black History Month. And if we want to talk about Black History Month and we want to talk about intrusion, we risk for my life if my safety can be injured because you have some runaway guy like the one we got at the Department of Justice that just criminally investigates protesters for using hashtags, then we got a bigger problem than we think. Why would protesters come out to the Apple store to protest being investigated? Why would we protest the FBI getting into our homes? Because they don't belong to me. You don't belong to my business until I bring it to you. If you work for me, then you wait until I bring you the opportunity to work for me. Stay out of our business. Don't break our phone. 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 Do not break our phone. Don't break our phone. Stand as a community and make sure they don't get the opportunity.
I don't know that I have anything more eloquent to add to any of this, but I do want to remind people that we're seeing a big slippery slope. I mean, our government has arrogated to itself the right to summarily execute American citizens overseas without trials, and sending drones that kill civilians in other countries, again, summary executions. This government has prosecuted more whistleblowers than any previous American government in our history. Edward Snowden is in exile now because he told the news about the crimes that they were committing against us. Now they're saying, we want a little bit more. We want a little bit more. We don't have quite enough power over your communications. We want more. How many of us believe that they don't already really have it? I frankly think they already can get into your phone. What they really want to do is expose back and legalize it. They want to have court judgment that says, just in case anyone tries to challenge what they're already doing, that says, oh, it was okay what you were doing. It was okay all along. So let's not be fooled.
Woo!
Don't break our phones!
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 Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones!
Don't break our phones.
Why does privacy matter? Why? Why does privacy matter in our day and age? This tonight is about the FBI coming into this platform to every single phone that we have. Every single Apple phone, on it, on Apple page, on Facebook page, on Google page. They want your information from our phone. They do not want to have to ask. They do not want to have to come in and give any kind of permission to come get more information. That's not right. I have a big problem with that. We live in this country because we have freedom. Why do we have freedom? We have the ability to keep what is our information private. It depends upon privacy. If the government has access to all of our information, that's not right. They abuse that each and every day. Look throughout history. Look in history. What does the FBI run? What kind of cases? The Ferguson case. So just what happened here in Oregon, where the FBI used that information against you. Not because you're a terrorist, not because you're not using it against the state. Don't break our phones. Do not break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Do not build a backdoor into our phones. The FBI has no right there. None. Stay out of our business. When we want to give the FBI information, we will. But until then, do not break our phones. Don't break our phones. Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones. So most of the families that we advocate for as protesters here in Oregon are fighting different issues of privacy. They're fighting systems that are happening within our education system, which allows different applications that children that live in poverty, they have to sign applications that waive their rights to privacy. they might subscribe to, that sometimes they might not never vote. We all know that we need those now. Now imagine if you sat up there hoping to joke or you clicked a link and somebody thought that because you did that you're a terrorist. Because a human error can happen. They don't have to have anything that's evidence besides you actually doing it. And we know that. That's why they want to go on our emails. That's why they want our passwords. They want to build a profile of what you might do, what they think you could do, what you might have or would have done had they not killed you or stopped you. Don't let them have it. Don't let them have your privacy. Don't let them have your free speech. Don't give them one piece of it. Don't let them create a president. Don't break our phone. 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 Don't break our phone.
An important piece of the American Revolution was fought for the right to privacy. The British troops invaded people's homes, took their papers, went through their belongings, took them off to jail without warrants. The Fourth Amendment of the Constitution prohibits warrantless search and seizure of papers and persons. The government has to go to a judge with probable cause that you're committing a crime, and they have to issue a warrant to come to you in your home to be able to search your papers or your person. The modern equivalent is your phone. Let's defend the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution. Let's defend the principles of the American Revolution. Don't break our phone.
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 Don't break our phones.
Anybody?
Yeah, I hate to hog the mic, but you know, I thought of one or two things that I kind of want to add because people might ask, well, you know, how does Black Lives Matter? What does that have anything to do with, you know, privacy issues? How does like a living wage have anything to do with privacy? How do all these things? How do they any of them ever connect? Well, let me think of some connections and offer them for you right now. You know, when we have a government, when we have people in power who blithely stand by while tens of thousands of their citizens are being poisoned by lead-tainted water, an entire city, all of whose children are being poisoned because they decided to disconnect the clean water source and save money. Do we have a government that allows millions of its citizens to live in poverty in the wealthiest country in the world? When we have these kinds of conditions, you might ask yourself, can we trust our government? Does our government really have our best interests at stake? They tell us they're just trying to protect us from terrorism, but they're allowing a whole lot of us to die at their hands because of their decisions. I see some connections there. How much can we trust the government that does these things to its citizens? How much can we trust a government run by people like them? I don't think we can trust them, folks.
Don't break our phones. 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 I don't know how many people here swear or not. You don't have a constitution. You ever do this to do away with these bad people that want to kill you. Hey, I'm scared of these bad people. Take away my rights. Put me on the no-fly list. Lock me up. Come up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Hey, not only does that happen in the Soviet Union, Russia, but it happens here. What about these secret courts? Yeah, it's not going to affect me. So no one speak out about it until finally it does, and then there's no one to speak for you. So yeah, Putin's right when he said to Obama, you people are hypocrites.
Don't break our phones!
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 Let me give you an example of what happens when you're illegally investigated. On Thursday at the City of Portland, there will be another appeal hearing on the second floor. The hearing is in regards to a protest that happened over here at the Justice Center on November 28th. After our protest, when the police felt like it was time for us to wrap up, they decided they needed to kettle us into a circle and to basically tell us all that we were under arrest. Since that happened, several more times that we were getting ready to protest, we would see that the police were already stationed in the areas where we were going to freely assemble. We didn't even know if protesters were going to show up, but we had wagon loads of officers on every block, on every street, with LRADs, with grenades, with all kinds of chemical warfare that they used on us in the burns, in the trees, in our community. They shut down bridges and everything else in the name of law enforcement and free assemblies and peaceful protests. Do you think that they got the information about where and when and how we were going to protest just because they were our friends on Facebook? Do you not believe that they will create fake profiles so that they can find out what you're planning and what you're doing, even if it's not in a group, even if it's just your tweet? In Oregon, they investigated hashtags. They investigated hashtags that said Black Lives Matter, and they investigated hashtags that said fuck the police. Fuck the police. That's free speech. Free speech. You want to investigate my free speech? And so, when they do that, who becomes the criminal? Who becomes the criminal when you're peacefully assembling, you're using free speech, you're working within the directives of your Constitution so that you can address your issues with your government and you become investigated. And just like Dr. King and Malcolm X and a lot of civil rights leaders, we know what happens after the investigation. If they show that you're not really a criminal and you ain't really did nothing wrong and you still got power because you have integrity, they kill you or they criminalize you. That's what they do. We got organizations out here right now calling us violent and criminals. Where would they get the data to prove that? They don't have it. All they got to do is say it. Because they can't find nothing on us. They shouldn't even be investigated. They shouldn't even be investigated. When they roll up on us and they got a career
just call them and get it? Really? Do they need to break into all the phones? Because they don't actually do any investigative work anymore. They just sit at the computer and actually, in a lot of cases, orchestrate the very crimes they then turn around and prosecute. Okay, so these guys are super out of line. They're super lazy. They need to learn how to be real investigators and not just sit on a computer or, you know, simply demand a corporation to write some software so everybody can be vulnerable because there's a small percentage of bad guys. So my message to the FBI is give a call to the NSA and stop being so lazy.
And do the work. Do the work. Don't break our phones.
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 I gotta say, in this case with the FBI is asking Apple to go hack their own software. And the FBI is mandating against Apple to go break their own iOS operating system. That's not right. Apple has worked for many, many years to create encryption and security for your phone. I'm not fighting for Apple. That's not my cause. I'm not here defending Apple. Apple just happened to be fighting the cause that I agree with. There's one scenario. Now, imagine the implications of this. The FBI is coming to Apple saying, Apple, don't break your phone. Don't create software that literally circumvents your own security and encryption. That should raise some red bells. That is not right. Now, a lot of people say, well, that's just one time. The FBI is going to come to Apple and say, just this one time for this one phone, we want you to break this one specific scenario. Bull crap. That is not the case. I call bullshit. The FBI does have a larger agenda where they want your information. And they're using this scenario saying, oh, it's just one time, people. Just one single time, that's it, and then we won't bother you again. That ain't right, man. That's bullshit, right? It's a precedent. It's a slippery slope. They get this one case, they win this one case, and it goes all the way down the line, people. Not just Apple, it goes to Android. It goes all the way through the line. They want your data. They want all of it without asking permission. They don't want to go to the court system and say, hey, can we please have this data? No, they just want it. They just want it. They don't have to ask. They just want your stuff. They don't want to ask for it. That's what's going on here. That's what's happening. One scenario, always just one little phone, but it's a very, very dangerous slippery slope. So, I say don't let them have this one step. Stop them in their tracks. Stop the FBI from this case and all cases. They do not have rights to our phones. Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Now, what do we do? This is going to go to Congress. It's not going to end here. This is a national issue. Privacy is going to be an ongoing conversation. It's not going to be just between the FBI and Apple. I believe this will go to Congress. When that happens, stay alert.
Oh, come on, man.
You know what?
Get out of here, you troll.
Privacy is important.
No, man, you don't understand the problem.
Privacy is important. Your privacy is important for you and all of us. It is very important. So, when this goes on in Congress, stay with it. Stay with it. Go to your congressmen. Go to your congresswomen. Go to your elected officials. Mandate. Let them know that you refuse to let them have your data. Make sure they pass the laws that are necessary to protect your information. Stay with it as it goes on.
Don't break our bones.
Don't break our bones!
Don't break our bones.
Don't break our bones!
Don't break our bones.
Don't break our bones!
Alright, so I think we need to follow Davis's directions and stay with this issue. There's a website, if all of you guys that are out here right now can check in at the Apple Store on your phones. If you can use your phone to like maybe take a picture and do a check-in and then put hashtag don't break our phones. Use the hashtag don't break our phones. Let's see if we can get on that global message and let Congress know that we are aware of what they're doing, that we are talking about it, we are freely assembling because of it, and we will provide civil disobedience across this country if necessary. Period. Don't break our phones.
Don't break our bones!
I just want to throw out a quick word. Fight for the Future and help organize this tonight. They printed out these banners for us to hold and stick. Pay attention to this. Go to their site, fightforthefuture.org. For tonight, for tomorrow, for the future. And demand progress. Thank you for that. They've supported us big time tonight. Support them. Be involved in the process.
So you guys heard the message. This is a one hour protest. It's not like our 4.5 hours that we do for Ferguson Solidarity. But we are out here together, and so we encourage you to speak out about this. And if you haven't already checked into the Apple Store with the hashtag don't break our phones, please do it. Please tag several of your friends that couldn't make it here. Tag people in this. Let's make this a big deal. Because it is. And if you don't think that it is, wait till it happens to somebody in your family. And when you can't reach out to anybody to help you, because all of us and that's going to be the problem. We can't wait till it's too late. We have to do it now. So don't do it. Do it now.
Yo, gentleman just walked by a few minutes ago, and he said, you want to let the terrorists win. And the argument there is that we need to give up the rights that we have so that the government and the law enforcement officials can do their job. They've been making that argument for decades and decades and decades. Just last night, I was watching a movie about, what's that movie that just came out with Tom Hanks? Help me out. No, the one. Bridge of Spies. And Tom Hanks plays a lawyer who is working for a guy who is a Russian spy or convicted as a Russian spy. And there's a scene in there where the CIA official meets with Tom Hanks and asks Tom Hanks, the lawyer, if Tom is going to be a problem. And the people that are in that film, in that story, look at him for doing his job, for being an American and following the laws that we have of due process for people that are convicted of crimes or accused of crimes. And the issue, the point was that when we have war or terrorism or things like that, they want to justify giving up our rights so that they can fight those things. It's not something new. They were doing that in the Cold War. They've been doing that for the last 20 years with terrorism. Ironically, it is the same people who will often say, who will talk about gun rights and rights to privacy, who are more than willing to give up their rights so that the government and law enforcement and the judicial system can do their job. They do not need to stomp on or step on our rights so that they can do their job. They have a job to do, but we are united, unlike what he was saying, as Americans, not because But the thing that unites us as Americans is that we have a common value system, laws. People, none of us have even mentioned yet the fact that people who are accused of a crime still have rights. True. They still have rights.
Yes.
They do not give up those rights because they are accused of a crime.
Unless Obama puts them on the kill list.
Yeah.
Okay? So it isn't just about law-abiding citizens and their rights to privacy, but it is about all citizens and the rights that they have.
Yeah.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones.
So, when we talk about civil liberties and free speech, most protesters like myself that are involved in nonviolent direct action and civil disobedience, we count on organizations like the ACLU. And locally, we have the ACLU Oregon that always stands with us when we ask for a hand. Piano playing. I got Sarah Armstrong here from the ACLU, and she's going to talk to you about whatever it is that we need to know from their end. Okay. Thank you, Sarah.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Armstrong from the ACLU. I'm the outreach director there. Thanks so much, Tressa, for asking us to come today. The ACLU's been involved in that we've offered Apple our support. And I was busy working until just now, so I missed the beginning remarks. But so you know, the ACLU, in addition to free speech issues, also works on equal justice for all people. And that can have a variety of different kinds of issues. Today, we're here because the government's request to Apple is unwise and, we believe, unlawful. Today's consumers care about maintaining control over the personal and private information they access and store in their cell phones. And we all know that our cell phones can know an awful lot about us. It includes location information. It includes our access to our emails. Some of us do our banking on there. All kinds of information. This request risks setting a dangerous precedent. Apple products are used around the world. If the FBI can force Apple to hack into its customers' devices, then every repressive regime in the world will go after Apple to do the same for them. They deserve praise for standing up for the right to offer secure devices to all of their customers. And it's critically important that Apple win this fight for several reasons. The government believes it has the legal authority to force Apple into government service, even though the company does not actually possess the information the government is after. Of course, historically, the government has sought and obtained assistance from tech companies and others in criminal investigations, but only in obtaining information or evidence the companies already have access to. This is different. If Apple and other tech companies can be forced to hack into their customers' devices, then it's hard to imagine how any company could actually offer its consumers a secure product. And once a company has been forced to build a backdoor into its products, there's no way to ensure that it's only used by our government as opposed to other repressive regimes, cyber criminals, or industrial spies. This debate isn't just about one phone, it's about every phone. And it's also about every device manufactured by a United States company. And it's also about any device that's connected to the internet. In the future, who knows how many devices in our homes will be connected to the internet. If the government can force Apple to hack into this phone, they can force any company to hack into any device that can reveal any information about us. Some people might accept the risk if it was just possible to limit the access to legitimate purposes overseen by a judge. But backdoors are uniquely dangerous. Once the information is known, or a way to bypass the code is revealed, the encryption can be defeated by anyone with that knowledge. So these are just some of the reasons that together to stand up and say that we have a right to privacy. We have a right to have devices that cannot be hacked by the companies that sell them to us on behalf of the government. Thank you so much.
Don't break our phones! 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 If you want to contact the ACLU, how can they do that? Your business.
If you feel your rights been violated, we have a phone number and a website on aclu-or.org. We have volunteers to go through. We get between 2,000 and 3,000 requests for legal assistance each year, and we respond to every person at least once. If not information about how we'll help you, information where you might find help. So yeah, please visit us on the web. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, at ACLU of Oregon, or at ACLU_OR on Twitter. Yeah, the information is up on our Facebook. It's on the ACLU National website, or their Facebook. You can find it. We've been posting a lot about it. There's also a really informative video that goes through it, maybe better than I even did. So, thank you.
Bernie Sanders, 2016. Bernie Sanders is the only person that's going to stop this kind of BS. Bernie Sanders is going to want to fuck that. Tell me, Frank, they want to steal our info. No. Can't have it. Okay, Bernie 2016. Bernie 2016. Bernie Sanders.
All right, and so Sarah wanted me to tell you guys about the ACLU's Mobile Justice App. When we got kettled over there, probably because of the illegal investigation that was happening on our peaceful protest, we were able to fight back with the ACLU's online app. They have an app that's called Mobile Justice. Now let me tell you something about what happened that evening. All of our cockroachers and all of our bloggers were arrested during the protest. 150 of us were rambled together, and they pulled out all of the people who were filming the protest. All of the people who were going to blog about it and write stories about it. They took their phones, they took their pages, they took everything. They took their bodies and they transported them. And some of the people who transported them were officers that we had turned in for having I am Darren Wilson badges on their Facebook. Now we knew who they were because they were on Facebook. But we didn't know they knew who we were. They went directly to the people that were with us, that were protecting our rights to free speech, and they arrested them. Can you imagine what could have happened to those people that were arrested because of that? Can you even imagine? That's the world we live in. Our fight back for that night was the Mobile Justice App. We uploaded that app, and at the same time, while they were violating our free speech, we recorded it, and we uploaded it to the ACLU website, and we uploaded it to YouTube, and we uploaded it to Facebook, because that was the only protection that we had. We can't continue to struggle with our civil liberties that we're already entitled to. We shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to find a way to use our rights for their entitlement. When we're only using because they're the only force of protection that we have when we have limited access to being free in this country. Stop them from doing it. Because if they do it to me, they do it to all of us. Like I said, my fight for Black lives might not be the same fight that you have. But if you don't fight alongside me for privacy, you won't have a fight. You won't have a right to fight.
Yeah.
You will not have a right to fight.
Yes.
Don't break my phone.
Don't break my phone.
Hello. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a little background. I didn't have anything really prepared, but I hope that's okay. I'm African, Arab, and I was born and raised in Portland, and I wear a headscarf. And seeing that this issue has risen because of the San Bernardino, California shooting is really heartbreaking. Thinking that if someone might have some speculation to serve this community. But they're not doing that. They're doing the exact opposite. They're killing our people. They're arresting people, and they're taking away our rights. They're taking away our liberty, our freedom, our pursuit of happiness. They're taking that all away just because we might be a threat, when in reality we aren't. We're citizens of this country. We know what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to follow these rules, and we are. But that's president that we're not doing just that. And when they cause these kind of problems where they have to go around and they pass courts and they try to go around them, going to Apple asking for programs that have phones, it makes people do stuff that are wrong. It initiates these problems in the first place. And that's just disrespectful to the people who are living in this community expecting the right thing from the right people, and they're not doing that. So, I'm going to say this. As an African-American person, I feel unsafe because they're watching me. They're going to probably do something, create some speculation that I've done X, Y, and Z, when in reality I haven't done shit. So, with that being said, don't break our phones!
Don't break our phones!
Or our computers.
Alright, so we're going to come to a close. Our organization out here, Don't Shoot Portland, we're a community action plan. You can find us on Facebook for a community action plan. That means we're playing actions with our community. So if you're trying to get down, we're with that. Especially if it's for free speech. Especially if you want to protect your civil liberties. We are with the movement. Stand with us.
Yeah.
Don't break our phones.
Don't break our phones!
So, there we go. Don't break our phones. My Twitter is @OneLoneLens, and this will be on my Ustream channel for 30 days, but at ustream.tv/channel/OneLoneLens, and then I will update it to my YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel's name is One Lone Lens, so please look for it there. So look for it there. Again, my Twitter is One Lone Lens, and it'll be on YouTube tonight or tomorrow. So look for everything there. Thank you.